Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, Suzuha Mane attempted to deal with the very woman who she was trying to find, Kaguri Shina, who for some reason was intent on sabotaging the Future Gadget Lab and thus preventing Suzuha's attempts to reach Steins Gate. Unfortunately, at the worst possible moment, Daru showed up, and Kaguri used the convenient distraction as a means of escape. And now we have no idea where she is. Meanwhile, Rintaro spent some time with Maho Hyajo, who is now back in Japan again. Although little is he aware that the good Dr. Leskinen has ulterior motives for that he has conveniently chosen to withhold from Rintaro concerning Amadeus and concerning these so-called encephalitis cases. But here and now, at this particular moment in time, Suzuha is at Go-Go Curry, watching a couple. Two people. And looks like the major curry is ready, though I don't think it's for us. One of the items on the Go-Go Curry menu. It consists of an extra large portion of rice, a pork loin katsu, chicken katsu, hot dogs, fried shrimp with tartar sauce, and a boiled egg. That actually sounds pretty delicious. I've been to a few curry places, mostly Indian, although occasionally Chinese eateries, I guess. A cheerful employee put down 2 giant silver plates, or trays more accurately, in front of them. Suzuha could see the other customers looking at them and whispering. It seems that Go-Go Curry is fairly popular in Akihabara as of late. The couple really stood out, after all. The man was a giant who looked like he ate major curry all the time, but the woman was slim, pretty, and looked very kind. The combination of huge man and slim woman was as unbalanced as the combination of pretty girl and major curry. 3 guesses as to who we're talking about. You should already know the answer. The major curry was big. It was huge. Suzuha knew from experience, so she's been a frequenter of Go-Go Curry during her time in 2010. The massive silver trays were loaded with rice and curry, and topped with 2 fried cutlets, fried shrimp, sausage, a boiled egg, and a mountain of cabbage. They certainly don't do things by halves here at Go-Go Curry. There were 2 or 3 times as much curry as you'd find in a normal dish, and the toppings were just as big. Even a growing young boy would find it hard to eat them all, let alone a man of a certain stature, who we won't name for the moment, but we all know who he is. Suzuha was irritated. Yeah, if you didn't already guess who those 2 people were, it's Daru and Yuki, once again. And Suzuha's on a covert operation to try and get them together because they are her future parents. The Beauty and the Beast couple that Suzuha was watching, of course, was Daru and Yuki. In the morning, they'd gone to see a movie in Yurakucho, then they'd come to Akihabara and gone straight to Go-Go Curry. So they did manage to see a movie. Suzuha had followed them the whole time. That's why she couldn't believe Daru's choice of date spots. Well, he doesn't know too many places in Akihabara. but it's not romantic enough, is what Suzuha is implying. Also, yeah, this reminds me of the series of events on the Alpha World line in which Rintaro Okabe had to go on a date with the female Ruka Urushibara before he could employ the means to go back to the world line, the current world line in which Ruka is male. Probably done the same thing. She clutched her spoon tight and gritted her teeth. Suzuha knew next to nothing about Japanese youth culture in 2011, and even she knew it was a bad idea. Who knew what was going through Yuki's mind? Or so Suzuha thought, but it seems that Yuki has an entirely different opinion. Because, need we forget, need I remind you that Yuki Amane is essentially a confirmed foodie. She is a food connoisseur. Surprisingly, Yuki was ignoring the people around her and innocently enjoying a huge curry. Defying Suzuha's expectations. And defying Daru's expectations, it would appear. I think it's safe to say that Yuki knows good curry when she sees it. In other words, Yuki Amane is a food otaku. And just like that, everything turned out all right in the end. I can just imagine Suzuha's jaw hit the top of the counter in complete disbelief. Well, I guess it's time for the "You Were Wrong" dance, Suzuha Amane. Suzuha had evidently worried over nothing, but still she realized that Daru was acting strangely. Yeah, he's not accustomed to outdoor activities such as this. Ever since he'd come out of the movie theater, he was walking and talking strangely. Instead of his usual hunched posture, he was forcing himself to stand up straight. His every movement seemed oddly forced, as if he were a broken robot. And he downed glass after glass of water. Probably want to save some for Yuki. Very chivalrous of you there, Daru. Daru poured water into Yuki's cup. Suzuha had a bad feeling, and she was right. Daru was moving so awkwardly that he almost spilled water on her hand. Yeah, Daru's still nervous. Yeah, fortunately he didn't spill too much water. Yuki quickly wiped down the table with her handkerchief and grabbed her fork and spoon. There were stars in her eyes. Yeah, she wasn't kidding when she said she wanted to try this place for some time now. Daru is less than enthused. More confused than enthused. Yuki seemed to be really enjoying her meal, but Daru was very formal and quiet. He was taking the little nibbles out of a piece of fried cutlet, like a squirrel eating a nut. The whole time they weren't saying the word.
一体何をやってるんだ父さんは。あんなんじゃ母さんに愛想つかされちゃうよ。
I think she's more interested in the curry myself. She decided to send a message on Ryan telling him to get his act together, and she'd just taken out her phone when... Ah, that must be our Suzuha's major curry. I can see this turning pear-shaped. A huge plate was laid on the table in front of her. The other customers started murmuring again. Come to think of it, when she'd followed them into the store, she'd ordered her usual major curry with extra roux, and then forgot about it. Big mistake. Now everyone was going to focus on her, after focusing on Yuki and Daru. In a small shop like this, it was suicide. Speaking of which, looks like Yuki and Daru have noticed us. Yeah. Once again, Suzuha Mane, like mother, like daughter. Just as she expected, her eyes met Yuki's.
Suzuha-san, いたんですか?
Yeah, funny that. Well, so much for being incognito.
偶然だね、ゆきさん、兄さん。声かけてくれればよかったのに。いや、気がつかなかったんだよ、全然。
I don't think either of them are going to buy that excuse. She realized that she should probably leave, but she couldn't go without at least taking a bite of the major curry in front of her. Her experiences in the war had left her completely unable to waste food. She felt Yuki and Daru staring at her as she reluctantly picked up her spoon. We'll just have our major curry with extra roux. Her only choice was to finish her extra large curry as soon as possible. She couldn't let herself be in the way. But instead, Yuki came over and picked up Suzuha's plate. Well, that didn't last long. Oh, that backfired.
一緒に食べましょうよ。ちょっと、なんで？なんでって、ほら、鈴葉さんのメジャーカレーじゃないですか。これはぜひ勝負せねばと思って。
It seems like Yuki Amane is incredibly competitive when it comes to eating food.
はあ？
The more you know.
審判は橋田さんにやってもらいましょう。
I think he'll be too astonished to eat his own major curry. And before Suzuha could respond, Yuki had moved her plate over to their table.
いや、
She had no choice but to follow, but before she sat down, she whispered in Yuki's ear.
デート中なんだよね。あ、そうです。デート中です。改めて言われると照れますね。
She seems rather nonchalant when she says that. It seems like Daru heard her, which only is going to make him more nervous. Daru didn't react at all, even though Suzuha was sure he'd overheard that. Indeed he has.
私デートとかしたことないから詳しくないんだけどさ、デート中に他の女とカレーの早食い対決したりするもんなの？
I think it could be considered normal if your name was Yuki Amane.
さあ、どうでしょう。でもほら、アニメとかコミックスとかにそういうのありません？
Yep, Yuki's a food otaku to the core.
お兄ちゃんを取られたくない妹が彼女さんに向かって勝負だみたいなの。
I think Suzuha is trying to get the opposite effect to work here, Yuki. And, I think Yuki Amane actually has the same sort of, competitive stamina as Son Goku from Dragon Ball Z when it comes to food. And he could certainly eat a lot. For some reason, Yuki seemed incredibly enthused. Suzuha was overwhelmed by her energy.
知らないってば。そういうものなの？兄さん。
But even when she turned to Daru for help, he just awkwardly sat there, eating his curry like a robot.
兄さん？
He awkwardly turned his head to face her. The rest of him stayed completely still.
なんか言った。
どうしたのさ？なんかおかしいよ。
Looks like Daru is paralyzed by the situation.
どうもしてないお。おかしくないお。
Yeah, he's having a psychological breakdown. Suzuha glanced back at Yuki. Yeah, this isn't turning out so well after all. And for the first time, Yuki looked concerned. Yeah, that could have gone much better. But now we're out in the streets of Akihabara. In the end, Yuki and Suzuha did have their curry eating contest, and surprisingly both of them completely finished their meals. I can understand Suzuha, but seems that Yuki has definitely has skills in the fortitude and constitution department. Suzuha won by a very small margin, but the battle was exciting enough that not only the other customers, but the staff as well, were applauding at the end. But the whole time, Daru kept eating by himself. Since this wasn't even a conversation, let alone a date, she sent Daru home alone. Part of her wanted to demand Daru explain himself right now, but she decided to talk to Yuki instead. She tried her best to avoid Yuki so far, in order to keep her identity a secret, but it was July now. She would be gone from this era very soon. This might be her last chance to talk to Yuki at all.
Suzuha さんがいてくれて助かりました。
Oh, thank you very much. Yuki sighed a little after Daru left.
私、もしかしたら 気に障るようなことをしちゃったのかもしれません。
No, he's just not used to this kind of
橋田さん、
situation.
私といてもあんまり楽しくないみたいだったから、単に緊張してただけじゃないかな。でも映画を見る前は楽しそうにお話ししてくれてたんですよ。それが映画の後はすっかりよそよそしくなってしまって、私何か間違っちゃったのかな。カレー屋さんに連れて行ってもらったのも私のリクエストだったんですけど、ずっとあの調子だったからさすがにちょっと困ってしまって。
So maybe something else is going on with Daru's
それで
behavior.
偶然お店にいた鈴葉さんに助けを求めたというわけです。
Maybe we should have a talk to him after this. Find out what's going on. What had happened inside the theater? Suzuha hadn't followed them inside. She'd spent about 2 hours killing time outside.
あのさ、ゆきさんはなんで兄さんのこと好きになったの？いや、私が言うのもなんだけど、あんまりモテるタイプじゃないじゃん、兄さんって。
This is certainly turning awkward fast.
鈴葉さんはお兄さんのことどう思います？
Then it looks like Yuki's turned Suzuha's interrogation back on herself.
私？好きですか？嫌いですか？好きですよね。見ていればわかります。まあ、
There were parts of him that she didn't like. But of course, she loved her dad, although she could not yet admit that Yuki.
で、私のことは別にどうでもいいじゃないか。
Seems Yuki's enjoying herself.
それで、ゆきさんは？私はまだ好きかどうかもよくわからないです。
Seems Yuki isn't entirely sure about her feelings towards Daru.
そっか。
Probably have to play this one by ear. Not only had Daru not told Yuki he liked her, this was still their first date. They hadn't even spoken that much before either. She hadn't even reached the point where she saw him as a member of the opposite sex. For almost a year, Suzuha stayed with them, and she, Mayuri and Ferris had done everything they could to get the two of them together, but there hadn't been any real progress. Suzuha felt uneasy when she thought about the future. Maybe her dad wouldn't be her dad anymore. Maybe Suzuha would just disappear. Maybe Yuki wouldn't be her mother anymore. They wouldn't be together. She imagined that future. A rather bizarre one at that.
嫌だ。
But would world line convergence step in to save the existence of Suzuha Amane? Who knows? She looked straight into Yuki's eyes.
私さ、もうすぐここからいなくなるんだ。ちょっと遠いところに引っ越すんだよね。 んですか？多分戻ってこないと思う。心配なんだ、父さん。兄さんのことだからさ、ユキさん。こんなこと私が頼むのもおかしな話なんだけど。
I wonder if Yuki picked up on that slip of the tongue there. And then she bowed deeply.
橋田至をよろしくお願いします。
We're entrusting his life to you, Yuki Amane. There was no answer from Yuki. Suzuha looked up, afraid, and tried to gauge the expression on her face. She definitely looks upset. She looked kind of lonely and kind of sad.
私はどうしたいんでしょうね。
Yuki whispered, and then Suzuha. Well, that was a fairly ominous answer.
ああ、もうどうするんだよ。これじゃ破局の危機だよ。まだ始まってもいないけど。
And now, Suzuha is giving Daru the 3rd degree back at the lab. As soon as she got back to the lab, she yelled at her useless father.
すずはごめんな。橋だけはもうダメなんだよ。
しょぼくれてるんじゃない。シャレじゃ済まないんだ。とりあえず今日はなんであんな態度を取ったのかしっかり説明して。
Yeah, that
今
is
朝出
a
かけるときは
good
あんなに
question.
楽しそうだったじゃないか。母さんだって映画の途中までは普通だったって言ってたし。一体何があったの？
いや、それがさ、聞いてくれよ。映画の座席って狭いじゃん。だから僕、天音氏の邪魔にならないようにと思ってできるだけ椅子の端っこに寄って座ってたんだよね。そしたら椅子がベキっていって壊れそうになって。
Yeah, they definitely don't make movie theater seats like they used to.
え？
で慌てて体を支えようとして肘掛けを掴んだんだけど。
I think I can see where this is going.
それが肘掛けじゃなくて天音氏のその手だった。
うん。そんなこと母さん一言も言ってなかったけど。
Indeed, Yuki didn't say anything.
嘘じゃないよ。あの柔らかい感触は肘掛けのはずがない。女の子の手に決まってる。
そう。
ただ僕、女の子と手をつなぐなんて2次元ならともかく3次元じゃほとんど経験なくて。
それでどうしたの？
天音氏優しいからさ、僕を傷つけないようにと思ったのか、その手を振りほどかないんだお。
So, Daru's feeling guilty about the apparent mishap with with what happened with the theater chair.
僕ってこの体型じゃん。手汗とかかきまくりじゃん。ベッタベッタになるわけじゃん。なのに天音氏何も言わずそのままで。
Daru must have been extremely nervous at that point.
なんかそれからすごく意識するようになっちゃって。
And so he created for himself a kind of internal feedback loop.
ああ、なるほどね。それであんなにポンコツになってたのか。
天音氏もきっと心の中でキモいうざい話せ変態って思ってたに違いないよ。
From what I saw, I don't think that's Yuki's personality.
母さんはそんな人間じゃないよ。
It seemed that Daru was having a panic attack of sorts. In fact, from the way she was acting, she probably thought she'd upset him somehow. The problem was what she'd said. That ominous comment from that she didn't know what she wanted to do.
私はどうしたいんでしょうね。
What did she mean by that? It's a very ominous response.
母さんがわからない。
鈴葉、こうなったら母さんのことは諦めて僕と二人で仲良く生きていこう。
This is no time to be an
言って
otaku,
ることが
Daru.
めちゃくちゃだよ。そもそも私はどうやって生まれてくればいいんだ。
でも無理だって。
Oh, we'll just have to cross our fingers and
父
hope
さ
that
んが頑
worldline
張らないでどう
convergence
するの？
works.
このピンチをチャンスに変えるんだよ。
She grabbed her father by the collar and shook him.
出ないと。
She remembered how sad Yuki had looked when they'd said goodbye.
出ないと取り返しがつかないことになるよ。
ですよね。
Let's see if we can't salvage this train wreck of a situation. Suzuha was starting to wonder about leaving, especially now that she had even more to worry about. Maybe I shouldn't have talked to Yuki after all. She realized again how powerless she was being from the future. And now we're back with Rintaro. It looks like we're back at the Brain Science Institute at Victochondria, or the Global Brain Science Comprehensive Research Organization, Japanese office prep room in Waku City. So we're not in America, we're in Waku City. This room hadn't changed a bit in 6 months. It was still far from what it needed to be, and still almost completely empty. There were rows and rows of empty desks. The amount of dust on the tables had perhaps increased. I'm wondering if this room is actually was ever going to be meant to be used in the first place, or whether this room is actually a cover. After Dr. Leskinen had left, it probably remained unused.
わざわざ呼びつけてすまないね、Rintaro.
And we're here with
Yeah.
Leskinen. Dr. Leskinen had told me he wanted to update the Amadeus app to the latest version, so I'd come to his office after class. Maho had connected my phone to her PC to begin the process. He said it would only take 10 minutes, so I was sitting around and waiting.
ところでRintaro、以前にも話したと思うが、本気で留学について考えてみないかい？
Apparently, Leskinen is still throwing a bone at Rintaro, the possibility of jumping ship from Tokyo Denki to Victochondria, which is the lifeline
君が
that
問題なければ推薦状も書こうじゃないか。
Rintaro has been waiting for.
もちろんテストや面接はパスする必要があるけどね。
Of course, there's a catch. I frantically straightened my posture.
とてもありがたい話なんですが、今の俺の学力じゃまだ難しいかと。
Still, Rintaro doesn't believe he has what it takes to get into Victochondria.
俺、真剣にビクトルコンドリア大を目指しているんです。だからこそ絶対に失敗したくなくて、そのためにはせめてあと1年本気で勉強すべきだって思っていて。
Dr. Leskinen pursed his lips as I tried to stammer out an explanation. But soon,
OK。
he seems to accept Rintaro's stuttering explanation there. He patted me on the shoulder and smiled.
やはり君はとても思慮深い青年だね。
そうですか？そんな風に言われたのは初めてですが。
Saying it was one thing, but maybe I was just a coward. There were times when you needed the courage to move forward without being afraid of failure. Was now one of those times? I can truly say.
挑戦は来年かな？
そうで
That's
すね。
basically the long and short of it. Had I missed my chance? Would Dr. Leskinen wait until next year? I started to get nervous.
根を詰めすぎるのも良くないよ。例えば大学を見学に行くだけでもモチベーションのアップにつながると思う。
見学ですか？
Yet, Leskinen's still holding the door open for Rintaro, it seems.
もしタイミングが合えば旅費は出すからぜひ一度一緒に行ってみないかい？
Sounds entirely too good to be true, Rintaro.
そこまでしてもらえるなんてありがとうございます。
もちろん私は次いつアメリカに帰れるかどうかわからないから時期については明言できないがね。
You always did have a sense of humor, Leskinen. I bowed my head in gratitude. Meeting Dr. Leskinen was a real lucky break for me. I wonder about that. And behind him is Maho, with a rather nondescript expression on her face. By chance, my eyes met Maho's. And she looks really depressed by something. For some reason, her smile was a little sad. She quickly looked away and went back to her work. Maho was staying in a business hotel a few stops down from Waku City. She said she deliberately avoided staying in the same hotel as last time.
少し不便になったけれどね。
And this room is completely messy, just as Amadeus Kurisu
という
told
か
us.
少しは片付けたらどうだ？
Looks like we're finally doing what Amadeus Kurisu asked us to do. She hadn't spent that much time in Japan and it was already messy.
片付ける？私は自分が一番効率的に過ごすことのできる配置をしているだけよ。
Which meant that she was refusing the hotel's cleaning service.
そんな風にデリカシーが欠けてるから先輩にはいつまで経っても彼氏ができないんですよ。
And once again, Amadeus Kurisu chimes in with her 2 cents. I could hear Amadeus Kurisu from my phone. She was annoyed. After the app updated, I'd left Amadeus running.
大きなお世話よ。
この部屋の惨状で人を招くなんて普通は恥ずかしくてとてもできません。
And Maho has no counter-argument to that. Well, cleaning wasn't a specialty of mine either. It wouldn't be right to give her too much of a hard time, especially since in the old days the Future Gadget Laboratory was essentially in a very similar state.
俺に話って。
Seems that Maho had something to say to Rintaro after meeting Dr. Leskinen. I'd come to Maho's hotel because she said she wanted to talk to me about something. I wouldn't have minded talking about it in the office, but she insisted on speaking alone in her hotel room. I knew she didn't mean anything by it. After knowing her for half a year, I knew she wasn't the type. But what she does have to say might prove incredibly ominous. It seems like she's trying to build up the resolve to actually talk about it. Maho looked like she was having trouble finding the right words. Finding the words she wanted to
あ
say.
なたにまだ聞けていないから。クリスの事件の真相を。
Your perception does you credit, Maho Yajo. You plucked the truth right from thin air. I quickly shut down the Amadeus app.
それにタイムマシンのことについても聞きたいの。
You want to know about that too.
クリスは中鉢論文に関わっている。そう言ったのはあなたよ。
Yeah, we did say that.
ねえ、あの子は本当にタイムマシンを？
According to her thesis, she was working on the possibility of time travel, but not necessarily a time machine itself. How should I answer that? Carefully is my advice. Of course, all the answers would be on her laptop and hard drive. Last time she'd been trying to decrypt Kurisu's laptop. I was willing to tell her what I'd experienced in order to get her to stop. In the end, I'd lost the chance though. But things were different now. Kurisu's laptop was gone, so we did end up destroying it. There was no reason to bring it up anymore. So whatever was hidden on the laptop and the hard drive is forever out of our reach. Also the reach of those who were trying to find it. But then Maho said something I didn't expect.
実は私この半年本来の研究と並行でタイムマシンの研究をしていたの。
Indeed, she's been researching time machines for quite a while now.
だって
クリスにできたのなら私もって思ってしまって。
Still wanting to be like
歪んだ対
Kurisu
抗意識
Makase.
ね。意地になっているのかも。でもね、もしタイムマシンを作ることができたらクリスのことを救えるかもって。
やめろ。
Yeah. Looks like we have no choice but to come out with the truth. It won't work, Maho. We know firsthand. This was awful. Why bring it up now? Maho was still as haunted by Kurisu's death just as much as I was.
バカなことは考えるな。
岡部さん。
マキセ・クリスを救おうなんて考えるんじゃない。そんな可能性はゼロなんだ。神の設定がそれを許さない。
やっぱりあなたやっぱり何か知っているのね。
Yeah, we do. Maho got closer to me.
もしかして実現させたの？クリスはタイムマシンを完成させている？
No, not technically. She wasn't killed because she made a time machine.
あなたはそれに乗ってすでに人類初のタイムトラベルを行ったんでしょ？そうなんだわ。
根拠があって
You're not
言っ
incorrect.
ているのか。
I pretended to remain calm. Maho seemed shocked at her own
ご
words.
めんなさい。私どうかしているわ。こんな妄想を口にするなんて。
Believe it or not, Maho, you were on the right track, but we had to shut you down before you got too far ahead. But all she wanted to do was save Kurisu. Maho started to cry. I didn't know what to do when she started crying right in front of me.
どうしたのかしら。私こんな急に。
Indeed, much like Kurisu Makase, Maho is a woman of science, of reason.
泣くつもりなんて。
She used her fingers to wipe away the tears. She seemed pretty unstable. Indeed, this happened another time as well. Once before. I could sense a lot more fragility than I'd seen before. She looked like she'd been psychologically pushed to the limit. You have no idea, Rintaro Okabe. And the moment that we were all outside the Daru's hideout, all the things she'd experienced must have taken a toll on her. When we were talking on video chat, I hadn't seen any signs of that at all. Should I tell her? Should I tell her the truth about Kurisu Makase? What really happened? Hard as it is to believe, her death is unrelated to the conspiracy at hand. If she was researching the time machine, that was a bad sign. She might start looking into things and open doors that should remain closed. If that was the case, I should just tell her what I experienced and then have her give up, just like I did. But would Maho truly give up? I honestly don't know.
わかった。俺が経験したことを話そう。
So Rintaro is finally going to unveil his darkest secret.
絶対に誰にも他言無用だ。
The cold shame that burns at the heart of Rintaro
もう
Okabe.
一度これだけは言っておく。牧瀬クリスを救おうとは考えるな。いいな。
No matter how much you want to. She nodded as she wiped away the tears. I told her about the events in the Alpha World line, about the time machine, about Reading Steiner, about the method of sending memories back through time called a time leap, about how Kurisu developed a time leap machine that made this possible, about Suzuha Mane, a time traveler from the year 2036, about the future Suzuha had told us about in the Third World War, and about how the race to develop a time machine would set off that war. I told her all these things as matter-of-factly as I could. As for how Kurisu died, that I couldn't tell her. So we're keeping the most darkest secret to ourselves. When I told her almost everything, she felt silent for a bit. She took a deep breath, frowned, and rubbed her temples.
頭が痛いわ。
Looks like she's having trouble processing this
全て
information.
信じる必要はない。俺の頭がおかしいと思っても構わない。だが、もし君がタイムマシンの研究を続けて牧瀬クリスを救おうとするなら、俺はどんな手段だから変な考えは捨てるんだ。
Sorry, I skipped ahead on that last part
自
there.
分を追い詰めるのはよせ。
I was about to say more, but Maho put up her hand up to stop me.
もう少し整理させて。あなたの言うリーディングシュタイナーって新型脳炎のことじゃないの？
It's nothing of the sort.
レスキネン教授が話していた症状と同じだわ。
They're similar but not the same.
そうだな。そうかもしれない。レスキネン教授には話すべきかどうかまだ迷っているんだ。
Yeah, we're still keeping Leskinen in the dark
無用な
about
混
Reading
乱を招く
Steiner.
かもしれないし。君はどう思う？
私に聞かないで。
Maho was still massaging her temples with her fingers.
そうだな。すまない。
It's a lot to take in for anyone.
あなたはクリスのノート PC を 本当に破壊してしまったの？
ああ、壊した。
That he did.
中身は見た？
ロックの解除方法がわからなかったんだ。見ようがない。
In other words, Kurisu's data is now lost for all time. Even Daru said he couldn't do it. There was no way I could do it on my own.
あなたはクリスが書いたタイムマシンに関するオリジナルの論文を読んだの？
いや、
Unfortunately not. Maho kept asking me questions. She seemed to be in some kind of strange hurry.
あなたはクリスがどうやってタイムリープマシンを完成させたか知っているの？
おおよそうな。
再現できる？
ど
She
うだ
seemed
ろうか。
oddly enthused about this.
ダルの助けがあれば、あるいは
できるのね？
俺一人じゃ難しい。
But the risks are far too great.
私なら。
そんなことは考えるな。
Rintaro knows how badly Maho wants to save Kurisu Makase. Maho suddenly grimaced as if she were in pain. I realized how pale she was.
ヒヤジョーさん、大丈夫か？
Did she really have a headache or something? Something tells me that what she's going through right now is more than a
少し
headache.
横になるか？
But she shook her head and kept asking questions.
タイムマシンは今どこにあるの？鈴葉さんが乗ってきたというそれはどこに？
お
I don't think we should say that.
どこなの？
I wasn't sure if I should say without Suzuha's
秋
permission.
葉原だ。
Maho looked so desperate that I found myself answering
ラ
her
ジカンの
question.
屋上に今もある。
And so we told her.
そう。
Her shoulders slumped and her head drooped. I was worried that she might ask to see it for herself, but maybe she really was sick.
本当に平気か？
I put my hand on her shoulder and looked at her face.
今日はもう休んだ方が。
There was no warning at all. Maho's tiny body slammed into me. The force was enough to push me back to the wall.
何を？
Before I knew what was happening, her arm was against my throat. She was using the bone in her arm to put pressure on my windpipe. Yeah, something's wrong. I couldn't breathe or speak. I twisted my body and tried to resist, still clueless as to what was going on. Then she used her other hand to grab my head and slam it back into the wall. Her strength was incredible. I was a lot bigger than she was, but still I couldn't escape her
残
grasp.
念だわ。岡部さん。
Her voice was very dark and very cold. And suddenly she moaned again, and her face twisted in pain. Yeah. I think this must be the result of the special treatment. Leskinen, you have a lot to answer for.
あれそうよ。
She was crying again.
なんで私に話してくれたのよ。あなたは黙っているべきだった。
Unfortunately, it's too late for that. So telling Maho the truth was the trigger. I couldn't escape. I grabbed onto her long hair and tried to pull her away, but she didn't move at all. It was as if she felt no pain. Similar to the assailant, the heckler from the Amadeus seminar. And come to think of it, something like this happened before with Kagarishina. But how is, that begs the question, how is Kagarishina and Alexis Leskinen connected? Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to find out the answer to that. My phone had been vibrating in my pocket for a while now. I desperately grabbed for it. I pressed the button without even looking at the screen. Please answer, Amadeus Kurisu.
Kurisu.
I was blacking out. Was I going to die here? Without even knowing why Maho was trying to kill me? Possibly. But the whole time she was strangling me, Maho looked like she was in so much pain. And wait, was she still crying? Yes, she was. Before I could figure out if her tears were real or an act, I passed out. When I woke up, my throat hurt. I tried to cover my mouth with my hands, but something was keeping them from moving. Appears we've been restrained. I opened my eyes and saw that I was sitting in some kind of chair with my head facing downwards. I slowly raised my head. My hands were tied to the armrests with zip ties. When I tried to break out, the ties dug into my skin and hurt very badly. I tried looking around. It was a room I'd never seen before. There were machines that looked like they belonged in the operating room of a hospital. But the wall was also lined with monitors, like some kind of guard room or control room. I couldn't see any windows, so I had no idea where I was. Rintaro's voice is very hoarse right now. My throat hurt when I tried to talk. And then I remembered that Maho had almost killed me. Why had she done that? I felt more confused than angry. Something tells me that eventually we're going to find out the answer to all our questions.
Yeah, Rintaro. 目が覚めたかい?
Even though your name is obscured by question marks, I know that suit and I know that voice. I heard footsteps and saw a wavering shadow beneath the dim fluorescent lights in front of me. I knew that voice. You.
Leskinen 教授。
気分
In
は
the
どうかな
flesh.
喉が渇いたなら水を用意させるよ。
Meet the real Alexis Leskinen. When I looked again, I saw that he wasn't alone. There were several men behind him in black suits. They were looking at me without saying a word. All of them were holding guns. They looked like MIBs and reminded me of the foreigners I'd almost ran into at Daru's shop 6 months ago. Or was it the same group? I would say so. So the whole thing was staged by this man, Alexis Leskinen.
一体
There were a lot of things I wanted to ask, but more than anything, I wanted to know why Dr. Leskinen wasn't helping me. That's because he's the mastermind. Of course, the first thing that came to mind was the obvious answer. It was Dr. Leskinen who had put me here, and Maho had captured me under his orders. But I didn't want to think about that, even though it's the
こ
truth.
こはどこですか
So all I could do was ask. So all I could ask was a stupid question like that.
私の目に狂いはなかったよ。君はまさに情報の宝庫だ。今や合衆国大統領にも匹敵する価値のある人物と言ってもいい。
He didn't answer me, but he showed me a self-satisfied smile. I could feel alarm bells going off in my head. I was getting more suspicious of Dr.
俺
Leskinen.
は監禁されてるんですか
監禁というよりは保護と言った方がいいだろうね。
No, I believe Rintaro was right the first
君
time.
の価値が明らかになれば狙ってくる連中はたくさん出てくるはずだからね。
レスキネン教授が指示したんですか
そうだよ。私がこうすべきだと判断した。
In other words,
魔法
Leskinen
か
was
ら
never
君
our
の
ally.
持つ情報について聞いてね。
Yeah,
ヒアジョンさ
trusted
ん
her
は
too much.
どこです
ホテルで休んでるんじゃないかな。
ヒアジョンさんは俺から情報を引き出すために近づいてきたんですか
最初はそうではなかったよ。結果的にはそうなんだけれどね。
あなたも
In the end, we trusted you
俺
too
に親
much.
切にしてくれたのもそういう打算があったからですかあなたは一体何者なんです
Who is
まあまあ
Alexis
落ち着きな
Leskinen?
さい。前に教えただろう。科学者たるもの常に冷静でなければいけない。興奮していいのは実験が成功した時だけだと。
Let me guess, you're planning to experiment with time. Instead of feeling calm, Leskinen's attitude was pissing me off. I felt betrayed. There was rage, frustration, sorrow, and a lot of other feelings all mixed together as I grit my teeth. Dr. Leskinen ignored me and gave a brief order in English to the other men. They left the room. Only Leskinen and I remained.
さて、リンタロウ。私のもう一つの仕事の話をしよう。
So on one hand you moonlight as a scientist, and on the other hand you work for the United States government. It was then that I remembered the other world line that I'd been sent to. Shimayamo told me that an American organization demanded that I be turned over.
CIA か NSC か
But Leskinen only chuckled.
一緒にされては心外だな。彼らは無能な公務員の集まりだよ。君はストラテジック・フォーカス社というアメリカの民間情報機関を知っているかな？
Strategic focus, eh? I would actually doubt that it's a civilian intelligence group.
フォーカス社
I'd heard of them before, on a conspiracy theory site that Ho and Kiyoma used to read all the time.
ストラト4
What is Stratfor? Oh, Strategic Focus, Stratfor. An American civilian intelligence company that's sometimes called the Shadow CIA. It has its own independent intelligence network that it uses to gather and analyze security information from around the world, or from around the globe, and many famous companies and military organizations sit on its board of advisors. They are a for-profit company with completely different ideals and policies from groups like Anonymous, who crack classified information, or WikiLeaks, which publish public interest information from whistleblowers. There is a real information brokerage company called Strategic Forecasting Incorporated, based out of Texas. This company bears no relationship whatsoever with Strategic Focus. I remembered reading that they'd acquired top secret information on Russian ballistic missiles that even the CIA couldn't get, and then sold it. The result was the destruction of the CIA's reputation, and at the same time, the total reorganization of Russia's military strategy. I'd even heard rumors that during the Gulf and Iraq wars they'd obtained information about the warring countries faster than anyone and spread it as needed. The world's governments supposedly called them the Shadow
あ
CIA.
なたがそのストラト4だって。でも脳科学研究所の主任研究員じゃ。
That was just a cover.
本業はそっちだよ。もちろんね。ところで私はよくこういう説を唱える連中に出くわすんだ。人間は殺し合いをする猿である。人間の脳だけが大脳神秘質の発達によって狂った信仰や野望を持つようになり、そのせいで戦争が起きる。だが私はそうした説を聞くたびに思うのさ。そんなバカみたいな考え方は受け入れられない。でたらめだとね。ではなぜ人間同士の不毛な戦争がいつまでも終わらないのか。わかるかな、レンタロウ。
That, unfortunately, we do not have the answer to.
それはね、情報のせいなんだよ。人間は誰しもあるコミュニティに属している軍隊だ。個人個人は自主的に行動しているつもりでいても、実は全ての脳はそのコミュニティに流布されている情報によってつながっている。そして一つの群れとして生きることを余儀なくされているのさ。例を挙げてみよう。そうだな。例えは悪いが。
Pray tell, what is this
ヨーロッパ
example?
のある国が行った人類史上最悪の大虐殺は何も中世の魔女狩りの時代に起こった出来事じゃない。20世紀も半ば、すでに原子爆弾すら作られていたそんな時代の話なんだよ。しかもその国は当時最先端の文明国家の一つだった。その国の指導者の資質問題は歴史学者に委ねるとして。
I actually think I know what he's talking about.
実際の現場で虐殺に手を染めた人々のことを君は知っているかい？彼らはただの人殺しの猿だったのだろうか？違う。彼らはごくありふれた普通の人たちだった。脳科学的に見ても何一つ異常の見られない普通の脳だったはずだ。ところがひとたびそこにとある最悪の情報が伝播すると、
We're talking about propaganda and misinformation.
途端に彼らの脳は平気で虐殺を行う軍隊と化してしまう。
最悪の情報。
これは我々の使命なのだ。我々は正しいのだ。だから使命に従わない者は悪なのだ。そういう情報さ。
何が言いたいんですか？
人間の脳という脆い軍隊のための情報はきちんと制御できる者が管理しなくてはならないということだよ。
So basically, you're trying to dominate the world through information.
それがストラテジックフォーカスの最終目的だ。私はそれに共感して脳科学者でありながらエージェントとして協力している。分かってくれたかな？
わかりません。そんなのよくある映画の悪役のへりくつだ。結局あなたは金で情報を売買してるだけじゃないですか。
You're just an information broker, Leskinen, and a petty
俺
one
が
at
情
that.
報の宝庫だって言いましたよね。タイムマシンの情報を一体どの国に売るつもりです？アメリカ、中国、それとも中東やアフリカの紛争地域ですか？
Something tells me that we're giving him exactly what he wants. Information.
そのすべてだよ。
In other words, Leskinen wants World War III to happen. Leskinen shrugged his shoulders and quietly laughed.
核兵器と同じさ。抑止力としてあらゆる国に必要だと思っている。
Which, when you really think about it, is a complete and utter misnomer. The idea of actually having nuclear weapons for personal defense is actually kind of pointless when you actually really think about it.
タイムマシンは核兵器なんかとはわけが違う。
They're just as dangerous.
それが使われたかどうか誰も気づかない。もしかしたら使った本人さえも気づかないうちに世界は改変されてしまうんだ。
Of course, if you had a power like Reading Steiner, then that
抑
changes.
止力になんかならない。どの国も誰がどう世界線をいじったのかすら感知できないまま狂ったように改変を続けるでしょう。永遠に。
その通り。タイムマシンは核兵器以上にデリケートだ。だからこそ君たちの能力が必要となる。
So that's why you've essentially been kidnapping people with the power of Reading Steiner and using them as guinea pigs.
君は確か Reading Steiner と名付けたそうだね。どうやら新型脳炎とほぼ同じ症例だとか。
It's not encephalitis. That's right. Leskinen was researching those cases as well. Which means from the very beginning.
我々は新型脳炎患者が過去改変を感知できるのかもしれないというところまでは突き止めていてね。ずっとその確証を求めていたんだ。世界中の諜報機関も同じ躍起になって調べている。
In other words, every intelligence agency in the world wants their hands on this ability. I hated myself for not realizing the possibility sooner. I'd always had the wrong idea. I thought that the reason the new encephalitis patients were being brought together was just to give them meaningless treatment. Far from it, Rintaro. But I was naive. Too naive. Leskinen and Stratfor's goal was to gather people with Reading Steiner and study them.
さっきマホから君の特筆すべき能力のことを詳細に聞かせてもらったよ。
Of course she did.
本来君
Thanks
か
to
ら
your
は
influence.
クエスの失われた成果について聞き出せればそれでいいと思っていたが。
You were a traitor to the memory and existence of Kurisu Makase, Alexis Leskinen.
新型脳炎の情報まで出てくるとは君は最高だよ。ここでも我々は世界に対して一歩先んじることができる。
So basically you plan to replace CERN. Wonderful.
というか、君はどうしてもっと早く私にその能力のことを話してくれなかったんだい？
Oh, I don't know. Possibly because we feared that some situation like this might have actually
そう
happened.
すれば君の友人勝美の脳もあそこまでいろいろといじくらないで済んだのに。
Katsumi Nakase. Did you mean Fubuki? That headgear. It wasn't for treatment,
それ
was
に
it?
君が話してくれていたなら魔法の脳に施術をすることもなかったんだ。
ヒアジョさんまで。
And not only her. Was that why she was acting so weird? Also the mystery assailant, by the way. That same person.
あなたの助手だろ。あなたを尊敬し慕っていたのに、そんな人体実験みたいな真似をよくも。
今後人類に貢献する情報を手に入れるために必要なことだったんだ。
Or benefit a small amount of it, you might say.
それにそんなに慌てなくても大丈夫。魔法も克実も将来少し脳機能に障害が残る程度で済むはずだ。
あんた狂ってる。
He played you like a Stradivarius, Rintaro Okabe. For the first time I felt hatred for and fear of the man in front of me. I couldn't believe this was the same man I'd respected so much. Now you know the truth.
保有者の脳を調べればもっといろいろな発見があるだろう。それをタイムマシンとセットで売れば世界の軍事バランスは完全に保たれる。戦争も回避できるんだ。
Unfortunately, that won't happen.
君にも
War is
ぜひ
inevitable
協力してほしい。
on this beta world line. Leskinen's mannerisms hadn't changed a bit, even as he spoke of these horrifying things. He spoke of these insane things in the same manner that Maho once described as like a mischievous child's.
俺のことを騙してたんですね。俺に近づいたのはただ俺がクリスと親しかったからだ。クリスの生前の情報を俺から引き出そうとしていた。
That he did.
騙していたつもりはないよ。君と最初に会ったのは偶然だ。エムデウスのテストを頼んだのは君がクリスの友人だからというのが大きかったがね。
But that was to actually get her secrets.
ただ君のことを知るうちに純粋に興味を持ったのは本当だ。今でも思っているよ。私の下で研究員になってくれたら嬉しいとね。だがそれとこれとは別の話なんだ。さっき言っただろう。君は今この時点で合衆国大統領に匹敵するレベルの重要人物だと。
I wonder about that.
私個人の考えよりも我々の仕事を優先せざるを得ないんだ。未来の人類の平和のために。
A peace that will never happen, Leskinen.
残念だ、リンタロウ。そして楽しみでもある。君の持つ情報の全貌を私は早く知りたくてうずうずしているよ。
地獄に落ちろ。
Indeed.
これから君の記憶データを取らせてもらう。君の記憶をアメデウスシステムとして使わせてもらうんだ。面白いアイデアだろ。そうすれば君が不良の事故で死んでも君の記憶は残る。
So basically, Leskinen is going to kill Rintaro once his usefulness has come to an end.
ああ、心配しなくてもいい。元より殺すつもりなどないよ。 人間というのはエムデウスよりもセキュリティが甘いんだ。苦痛を味わうと、それから逃れるために簡単に情報を漏らす。
If only you knew the amount of pain that Rintaro Ogabei has gone through on the various world lines of the Alpha
秘
attractive
密保持
field.
のセキュリティなどないに等しい。拷問が通用しないエムデウスより生身の君の相手をする方がずっと楽だ。記憶データを取るのはバックアップだと思ってくれたまえ。
So basically you're going to torture
例え
Rintaro.
ば君が拷問に耐えきれず精神崩壊を起こしてしまったとしても、近い将来記憶データを君の脳にダウンロードして回復させることもできるからね。
Like a
君も私の講演に参加していたから知っているだろう。
like a bastardized version of the time leap technology.
まず記憶データの取得。その後で君自身からいろいろなことを教えてもらう予定だ。忙しくなるぞ。
A real piece of work, Leskinen.
さあ、リラックスして。そうでないとデータを正常に取得できないからね。
レスキネあんたは
そんな顔をしても誰も助けには来ない。ここは我々ストラットウォーが管理する場所だからね。我々以外には誰も知らない。誰もだ。
Well, we're alone and helpless. I was too stunned to think. There was nowhere to run. My knees shook in terror as I imagined what was about to happen to me. Maybe it would have been better to die. And then I felt sick as I remembered that I was not fated to die until 2025. If no amount of torture could kill me, this was literally hell. Indeed, Gehenna itself, one would say. And now we're back with Maho Hiajo. Her head hurt. Maho knelt down, closed her eyes and bit her lips to shut out the pain. There was an annoying noise in her head that wouldn't go away. It made the headache worse. No matter how much she covered her ears, she couldn't block it out. She wanted to scream from the pain, but she held it in because she thought it would only make her headache worse. She could hear her voice mixed in with the noise. It was Dr. Leskinen's.
いいかい、マホ。君はどんな手段を使ってでも、リンタロウ・オカベが抱えている秘密を暴くんだ。
So that was the little hypnotherapy that you used on Maho Hiajo.
でないと、彼を殺さなくてはいけなくなる。そんなのは嫌だろ？君もリンタロウのことを随分と気にかけていたじゃないか。散々私やクリスが煽ったからね。君にその気などなくても ついつい意識してしまうものさ。それが人の心理だ。
So you used
彼を
Amadeus as a
助ける
tool.
意味でも、彼の持つ情報を引き出してほしい。そうしたら私はリンタロウを我が研究室に無条件で迎え入れてあげてもいい。
To experiment on him,
マホ、
ultimately.
彼について知り得たことは全て私に報告しなさい。彼の未来は君の手にかかっていると言ってもいい。
That you are right about, Alexis Leskinen. The voice and the noise were extremely unpleasant. She couldn't understand what the voice was saying. She could hear him speaking, but her brain refused to understand the meaning of the words. But it didn't matter either way. Maho had done something terrible to Rintaro Okabe. She'd sold him out to Dr. Leskinen in Stratfor. And the fact that she knew it just made her guilt worse. She wanted to disappear from the world altogether.
Maho-san?
And apparently we're in the Future Gadget Laboratory with Mayuri Shina. Oh no, we're in, she was on a busy street in Akihabara in early summer. And I believe now is a good time to end this extremely long episode of Let's Play Steins Gate 0. When we return, adventurers, well, let us just say that I'm not liking what the future holds at this point on. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.